Hello, folks. Frank Smith III, the comic book nerd, here again with another episode. Okay, today I'm going to talk about something in my collection that actually I haven't read all of them yet, and I don't even have the full collection. They're from two different TV shows, and one is probably way more popular than the other. But again, comics. TV shows turned into comics. They found a way to take a TV show and turn it into a comic book to get a new audience. It was just a different way, and it worked because, well, I collected the stuff. So one of the shows I loved dearly. I grew up watching it. That kind of got me into comics in the first place. Some of the characters in the shows that are in the comics are right there. Okay. You know who I'm talking about? All right, I'm going to show you. And by the way, I got to let you know where I got these books from. Midland Antique Mall, downtown Indianapolis, off of Michigan Street. Not Michigan Road, Michigan Street. All right, it's a huge building. They got all kinds of stuff in there. So if you're ever in Indianapolis and looking for comic books, go to Midland Antique Mall, downtown Indy. I am talking about the Superfriends. Now, what I have here is issues 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Now, the Superfriends started in, I think, 1977. And they started off with Wendy and Marvin before they put the Wonder Twins in the group. Okay, Wendy, Marvin, and Wonder Dog. They had absolutely no powers. They were nerdy kids. They always got themselves in trouble, and the Superfriends had to get them out of trouble. And those episodes, I believe, lasted at about an hour, at least 45 minutes or something like that. Okay, but we watched this stuff as kids. We loved it. Because Superman was in it, Wonder Woman was in it, Batman was in it, Aquaman. Those are the four core members. Anyway, so the Superfriends, DC Comics did Superfriends, and here they are right here. I don't have the full series. I'm still looking for. When I got these, I only had these 8 issues, so I'm looking for issues 1 through 29. And eventually, if I hit up another antique shop, I might get them. Okay, who knows? They had some weird villains. Now, here's the thing: if you watched the Superfriends when you were kids, you read these, you'll know that a lot of these villains were not on the TV show. Okay, they had to put something different in. Like, for instance, this guy here. Let's see, Gravix. This guy, his name is Gravix. All right, he was never on one of the TV show episodes. Out of all of the episodes of the Superfriends, however, as they progressed into the 80s, Gravix was never there. Let's see. How about this guy? Warhead. Wow. Really? Warhead. Yeah. He was never on the show. And how about... I did do Scarecrow. Let's see. Black Orchid was never on the show. And they had to come up with different stories than, what that was on TV. Because on TV, it was always some do-gooder stuff. They learned a valuable lesson, the dangers of dares, stuff like that. But this stuff here, in the comic books, was a bit, I'm going to say racier. But they had a bit more danger going on. Okay? And, of course... you all know who that is. Grodd. Even Grodd was in the challenge of the Superfriends where they had to fight the Legion of Doom. Y'all remember the Legion of Doom? Yes. So anyway, this is my Superfriends collection of comic books. I'm about to show you the other TV show in a minute that was far more popular than the Superfriends. This was the Saturday morning or early morning before school situation for me. Okay, the Superfriends. All right, so I'm going to show you the next group. Now, before I get to that, I got to let you know, I have never watched a full episode of this next thing. Not once. One day I will, maybe. I don't know. One day I'll watch a full episode. What I'm about to show you now is a collection of Doctor Who comic book. Doctor Who's comic book, okay? Doctor Who number 1. Doctor Who number 2. Who number 2. Doctor Who number 3. Doctor Who number 4. And Doctor Who number 5, he meets the Time Witch. I have no idea who that is. Maybe you do. If you do, please let me know in the comments. Doctor Who number 6. Doctor Who number 7. I think I've seen that in some sort of pop culture reference. So please, you guys, let me know what that thing is. Okay, thank you. Doctor Who number 8. I guess he got to fight himself. An alternate version. Let's see. Two Tales of the Doctor in this issue. The Collector and Dreamers of Death. Ooh. And the last one that I have in my collection, Doctor Who number 9. The Doctor meets the Lifebringer, plus the Dalek Killer is back. What's a Dalek? Help me out, y'all. All right, so beginning this issue, Who Knows with all the latest news. Okay, so they do a lot of extra stuff in here other than the comic book part. They got and interviews probably or something like that. Anyway, this is the series that I've never watched. This is the TV show I never watched. Doctor Who. Yes. Take my nerd card, I guess. It's just something I never watched. But these are the 2 series of TV shows that I have that were very popular. This was popular to me, the Superfriends, and this show was probably popular to everyone else. All right, I know my mom used to watch this show, but you don't want to watch what your mama watch. No, mama watch. I ain't gonna watch that. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Eventually, hopefully, I will get the other issues. I don't know how many issues they did. This is a Marvel thing. Let's see what year this came out. These came out in, I got to do some research now and look up to see how many issues they actually made. Pretty cool picture, right? All right. 1984. I was in the 8th grade. Yes. 8th grade for the Doctor Who's. 84, 85 time frame. And the Super Friends cartoons, comic books, issue 30 at least. Super Friends. This one came out in 1980. Okay. So again, the Super Friends was my thing, and Doctor Who was everybody else's thing apparently. Hey, you know what? It's all good stuff. They put it in comic book form to get a new audience, and they did that, and I collected it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode of Frank Smith III, the Comic Book Nerd. These are my TV show comic book collections. They're not full collections, but it's still pretty cool. And I mean, really, y'all, I love the Super Friends. That's just my thing. All right, I grew up watching, and like I said, right there they are, right there. All right, the Super Friends are the Justice League, by the way, in case you didn't know that. And Doctor Who, maybe one day I will watch a full episode of Doctor Who. We shall see. Anyway, that's all the time I have right now. You guys have a great day. I am Frank Smith III, the Comic Book Nerd. If you have any comments you want to make, please leave them there in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.